Good morning. It's Sunday, November 3rd, and we all know that George Santos was a liar and a thief. But he stayed in Congress because the Republicans wouldn't force him out, the Democrats wouldn't force him out, and so he stayed in Congress far too long. And finally, the House expelled him. And now there's a scramble for George Santos's House seat. And in my mind, there shouldn't even be an election right now. I think the Republicans and I think the Democrats are responsible to vet, and I have said this many times, they are responsible to vet the people they allow to run for office. So George Santos should have been known to be a liar and a thief before he was even ever allowed to run for political office. The Republicans had their head up their ass. And the Democrats do the same thing. I am not singling out the Republicans, except in this case they're the guilty party. But I'm sure that the Democrats don't vet their candidates either. And so they got away with luck. This could have happened to the Democrats also, right? This isn't a Republican or Democratic rant in my mind. This is a rant for America. But the penalty right now should be that the Republicans have no business having this seat for the remainder of George Santos's term. The Democrats should automatically be given the seat because the Republicans did not do their job. They did not vet this person. And if that was the case, maybe the parties would do their jobs and make sure that anybody who's running for election is this upright, standard citizen. And that doesn't mean they have to be a good guy or they could be an asshole. But as long as they're honest, they can be stupid, but as long as they're honest, they're entitled to run for the job. You can't have crooks and liars running for jobs like congressmen and senators, and even the president. Who's vetting the presidents, right? So why? Why should there be a special election for this open seat? The Democrats should automatically get the seat. And then we would see if Congress and the Senate would be a lot more honest and a lot more forgiving and a lot more reasonable about compromise and everything. They would get their work done. And part of the blame in this whole situation is the public also. The public doesn't do any vetting. The public votes for this guy assuming that he's honest and upright. I'm not even sure that the public cares if he's honest and upright, as long as he is spouting whatever that particular group of citizens wants to hear. So Santos is on Long Island, an area that I am very familiar with, and it's hardcore Republican. So they didn't care. You could have put a donkey up there and they would have voted for him. Or her. It doesn't really matter in many situations because the area in most of this country is red or blue, solid, hard, definitely unmovable in many cases. So you know when we have major elections, the balance of power rides with the swing states, which is 7 or 8 different states that can possibly change from red to blue on any election. And on Long Island, the Republicans are solid. They are the solid party on Long Island. In fact, the seat that Santos took had formerly been a Democratic seat. But with the loss of population, it was reconfigured, and then Schwarzy, who was the congressman, chose not to run again. Maybe he would have won, maybe he would have lost in this new configuration. But he's going to run for it now. He's going to come back to office now. So Santos maybe did him a favor, or maybe he didn't do him a favor. Maybe he's Schwarzy is trying to do his ex-constituents a favor. But in any event, this is a mess that was created by a liar and a thief. And I have a good friend who says he was not convicted of anything. Well, I don't believe he has to be convicted. He claimed he went to Baruch College. He never went to Baruch College. He claimed a lot of other things. He lied. Who gets convicted for lying? Nobody. But there should be a penalty. If people come to office and they lie to get their seat, then they should be punished. And not only should they be punished, but their party should be punished with the loss of that seat for the term that this person won it for. If that was part of the rules of Congress, then we would have a much stronger government, a much more honest government. We wouldn't have people who are dishonest in Congress. I am sure there are plenty of people who have lied a little bit to get their congressional seat. But that's okay. Maybe a fib here and there is not so bad. But blatant lying, blatant cheating is a disgrace. And it's a disgrace that the leaders in Congress refused to kick him out. They took almost a year to kick this guy out because they needed his vote, his precious vote. And they got nothing done in that time. They don't get anything done. They haven't gotten anything done because they can't compromise. So I'm in favor of a radical change to the whole election system. I'm going to hold the party responsible. And if the guy's a screw-up and a liar and a cheat, the party loses the right to that seat for whatever term. Imagine this. Imagine if you had a lying senator who spent 6 years in the office. If you caught him lying, that seat would disappear for a long period of time. That's something that I think that this country needs. We need some way to get better people in our Congress and better people in our other political offices. But if you can get away with what Santos got away with, then you know that this country and this political system is in very bad shape. So I'm going to leave you with that this morning. A methodology that I believe would help this country greatly, because we have fallen far, far down the ladder. And I would really love to hear your opinions. So if you have this rant, and you have listened to it to the end, then I would appreciate your comments about keeping our government honest and getting better people in office. How about that? Have a great day. Bye.